Oh, ladies and gents, so we covered recently the Disney stock 9-year low, absolutely in the can. We've also heard from Bob Iger that they've got to restructure things, money's tight, they've got to change, they've got to save some cash. Now, Disney is cancelling numerous things. Confirmed. Absolutely legit confirmed. They are just cancelling loads and loads of stuff. So, very interesting stuff. We're going to dive into this today. Hit subscribe if you're new here. FYI, where I covered the Disney stock 9-year lowest thing. That was on my podcast, the Hcast. You can find it linked in the description box. Mistake Reviews live archives. Do hit subscribe over there. You'll love it. It's tangentially the same kind of content, but different with a live panel guest. It's great. Really, really good time. Anyway, like I said, let's dive into this today. This is a report over on Deadline. Cut over somewhere else as well. But here we have it. So a few things to kind of background anyway. This is all cost cut and this is them admitting defeat. It absolutely is. Unequivocally, it's also them trying to save themselves as well, basically. This didn't sound terrible, actually. I mean, it would be because it's from Disney. But as a concept, not a terrible idea. So, shortly after the news broke that Disney will not be moving forwards with a planned television series based on the Spiderwick Chronicles. So that was canned. That's done. It has now been confirmed that the streaming platform has also decided to not move forward with Nautilus, which is a show based on Captain Nemo from Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And this is again confirmed over on Deadline. So very reliable source. It was confirmed late yesterday. I was probably in bed, I'm sure. Or live streaming, actually. So exclusive to Deadline, Nautilus, the UK live-action Captain Nemo series, commissioned by Disney Plus 2 years ago, is no longer headed to the streamer, Deadline has learned. Now, this is interesting for a few reasons, because if this was greenlit 2 years ago, they got 2 years of development in the can. 2 years of development. And you saw as well, just as an FYI, you saw from this Deadline post at the start, they'd already been shooting stuff. They had already been shooting stuff. So, no idea where this is going to go now. But 2 years? I mean, they've been developing the Acolyte for less than 2 years. They spent $50 million on it. Now, it's important to note that this 2 years in the can, the amount that they spent on it, it's still cost saving. And they can, I guess, chalk that down to some tax write-off maybe. Who knows? But crazy times. 2 years in the works. Already shot stuff, again, as you can see from here. And they're just like, nah, sorry, we're done. We're done. Interesting. But yeah, the decision is, of course, part of Disney's streaming content removal plan unveiled in May. Now, what that is that they are going to be taking write-downs. So what a write-down is basically a tax write-off. Write-down will remove a whole bunch of content from the streaming platform and offset it against tax. Done. Save money. Cool. No worries. That's why Willow's gone. You know? Done. Done, 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 done. It's also, FYI, it's also the reason why Warner Brothers shit-canned Batgirl. It's a similar kind of concept, basically. But yeah, it's part of Disney's streaming content removal plan unveiled in May, for which the company is taking an impairment charge of approximately $1.5 billion to $1.8 billion. It followed the February announcement by Disney that it intends to cut $3 billion in non-sports content spend across the company. But again, remember, they've already spent money on this. They've already spent money. So as part of the cost reduction strategy, Disney streaming platforms, particularly Disney Plus, have been taking a closer look on their programming with a new emphasis on content curation. Now, that's, again, you've got to look at it from like a, you know, a sort of a multi-wing angle there, is that they've already spent numerous sums of cash on this, and then it's just done. Dead, shit-canned, gone. And again, you know, as a concept, if it wasn't Disney developing it, it sounds quite good. Nautilus, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Nemo. It sounds cool. Honestly, it does sound cool. Like, I'd be into that. I think that'd be pretty good. So as Deadline reported exclusively Saturday, Disney Plus is also not going forward with another upcoming original series, The Spiderwick Chronicles, a US live-action series adaptation of the popular children's fantasy books. Over the past couple of months, dozens of original series and specials were taken off Disney Plus as well as Hulu, and Disney CEO Bob Iger also announced a pullback in new Marvel and Star Wars shows and movies for Disney Plus. Now that's again important because what are they going to be left with? This is a flagship streaming platform for Disney. They're like $14 billion in the can, in the black. Like you're not going to make any money now, right? They're in debt already. And then they've developed all these programs, Acolyte again, one of them. And then they just, yeah, we'll just remove that. We'll remove that content as well. Where's the incentive now to sign up to Disney Plus? They use Star Wars primarily as that incentive. And then it was Marvel stuff. That didn't work. So it was all the kiddie Pixar stuff. That's not working. There is going to be absolutely no incentive to sign up to Disney Plus. In the UK, at least, you get all of the Fox stuff, the horror movies, basically all the stuff that would be on Hulu. Because the UK doesn't have Hulu, so we have a lot of that stuff just on Disney Plus here. But there's just going to be no incentive, so massive L for Disney here. The Spiderwick Chronicles, currently being shopped by Lead Studios, Paramount Television Studios. Nautilus has been shot. Started filming in February 2022 in Australia. Disney Plus is working with the production team to find a new home, with meetings and screenings underway. So that's interesting. I mean, you had the Lead Studios, Paramount Television Studios for Spiderwick Chronicles, and then it was going to air on Disney Plus, so they were basically going to purchase it. Disney Plus, you know, they'd shot, filmed, whatever. The Nautilus as well. Now they're trying to shop that out elsewhere. Absolutely baffling to me. Absolutely baffling to me. So Nautilus was announced during the 2021 Edinburgh TV Festival, along with 2 other new original UK series for Disney+. No other UK local originals are understood to be impacted by the content cuts, but I would imagine they would be. Disney Plus's UK scripted and unscripted programming pipeline includes Culprits from Jay Blakeson, Jilly Cooper's Rivals, 1000 Blows from Stephen Graham, Colleen Rooney's upcoming documentary In Vogue, that sounds like wank, from Vogue Studios and Raw, and Shard Lake, based on the novels by CJ Sansom. So the streamer also currently greenlit 2 UK drama series, Jeff Pope's Suspect, the shooting of Jean-Charles Jimenez, and Thriller Playdate. This doesn't sound good. This is awful. This is awful. But apparently it was a retelling. It was a retelling! Nemo, an Indian prince robbed of his birthright and family, a prisoner of the East India Company. You know what? That sounds like it'd be absolute garbage if it's a UK adaptation. The East India Company. That's going to be some bizarre slave retrospect, isn't it? Oh, God. Anyway, this is just Disney taking an L, though, and it's fascinating stuff. It's shot, it's done, and now they're trying to foist it off to other people. What do you think? Let me know down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.